Hey, what's up? Just want to say hello to you. My name is Remy, and welcome to the Bahama Llama Coral YouTube channel. I posted my first video a couple weeks ago. I entered a raffle that Rudy Botero was doing from Golden Basket for some really awesome Little Shop of Horrors Zoanthids. He told me that the frag was about $900, so $900 Zoanthids are what I have sitting in this tank back here. The purpose of this video is basically I just want to take you on a tank tour because we haven't done that yet, and my tank is a disaster right now. Okay, maybe it's not a disaster, but I definitely have some algae issues. I want to give you a little bit of a history of where I'm at in the hobby because I'm relatively new with the coral thing, but I've had fish since I was 12 years old. I started in freshwater, then I started breeding cichlids when I was a kid, and took that all through high school. I was the nerdy fish guy in biology that like set up all the tanks in the room. And for whatever reason, coral always intimidated me until about 2 years ago when I got a little Nano tank. All right, let's go on a little tour of the tank. Here is the Frag Tank. So when we moved into this house in the St. Louis area from Chicago, I broke down a 120 fish only tank, and I ended up giving those fish to a local fish store up in Chicago. Shout out to Blue Line Coral for accepting my trade and giving me a little bit of credit for coral. Not a lot of fish stores do that, but I know those fish were in good hands and hopefully they found good homes by now. But that tank is sitting out in the garage right now, and the stand is in the office, and I don't know when I'm going to set that up. So I figured I'd just stick with the Frag Tank for a little bit. This is a 45-gallon deep blue reef ready. I probably should have gone with a 60-gallon. My sump was a trade. It's a custom Triton style sump. I am not totally using the Triton method, but this is a huge sump. I mean, the refugium on it is probably 25, 30 gallons. And we get the protein skimmer spot there. That's probably another 20. I'd say there's probably 50 to 55 gallons of water in this sump, which is bigger than the display tank. But my hope was that I could probably tie another frag tank into the same sump at some point. I had a Kessel H80, the grow light, and it just wasn't cutting it. I don't think it was big enough. So I went to Lowe's and I picked up this mainly plastic system here, and it's just a flood lamp with 56K or something light in there, but it's growing the macroalgae pretty well. That started off as like a grapefruit-ish, and stuck some rock in there from previous coral tanks. Got some good growth in there. You can see those Sunny D Zoanthids back there. They're open. Not very colorful when they're not under the blues. And then my little interstellar mushroom down here, this little baby, oh, there's little pods. So this little interstellar mushroom, I don't know if he was on that rock when I pulled it out or if it let go in the display tank and it floated down here, but he seems to be doing pretty well. He's getting bigger week by week. So that's the refugium. I'm running the Eshopps Axiom X 120, and it's pulling some really dark skimmate. It's been doing pretty well for me. Needs a cleaning, just like everything will. I've got just it's like a Mag 7 pump, the Tunze ATO top off. That's pretty much it for the sump. This thing needs some upgrades. I really want to hard plumb this. I have soft line going in. I don't know, I like the clean lines, and I kind of did this very quickly as we were moving, and it's okay. It's definitely not a display sump by any means at this point. But here's part of my supposed algae control here coming up. I've got this Fosband 150 from Two Little Fishies with the GFO that they like for their system. So I'm running 3 AI primes, and then I just added these Sunblaster T5s, so just one bulb in each one in this really terrible setup. It doesn't look sexy. I know that. We gotta go a long way, but it gets the job done, and I think the corals are really appreciating it. I had some shadows here and there, and I don't know if I truly like the primes, but so that's what I have for lighting. I didn't pick the best time to shoot this video because the lights are coming down, so a lot of the stuff is not out or it's going to sleep. So I've got my Aussie Gold torch, and I'm a Zoanthids freak, so I have tons of Zoanthids. It's crazy. My small acan collection. And then I've just got tons of Zoanthids in grow out right now. I can't even tell you a favorite at this point. There's so many that I love. But unfortunately, I do have a bit of bryopsis that came in on some frags, and some hair algae just started. I noticed that a couple days ago. So I might run some reflux or start the Fosban. Just not 100% sure which one to go with, so if you have any opinions on that. I'm a little nervous about the Fosban with my Chato and the growth on that, but you know, gotta get rid of that algae somehow, because the Zoanthids just do not like it. So yeah, my only piece of SBS that I have is that bird's nest back there. Seems to be doing okay. Polyps are always fully extended. I have this cool toadstool that's been with me for quite some time. Probably a year and a half almost, and he's getting pretty big. I don't know. I would say the one that I really like is a Flaming Mohican, and he's closed up right now. He is a light lover. These are kind of cool. These yellow guys over here. Those are fun. The Little Shop of Horrors are closing up. I don't know, maybe my favorite right now is the Little Shop of Horrors and this double-mouthed strawberry space monster Hawaiian PE. See that? See? This is my issue. I have these little frags with like just hair algae growing out of the crevice. And it's hard to take care of all that. This shroom, though, just glows. He's got a little baby with him too, which is nice. Oh, and I have to introduce you to Zach and Kelly. Zach, obviously the smaller one. Kelly is the larger one, because females are usually bigger. And then there's a 6-line wrasse somewhere in here too, and then the cleaner shrimp. I think one of the toughest things when you're getting new frags, no matter where they come from, is what is coming in on those frag plugs. And I was just never really good about removing the Zoa or removing the coral and putting it on a clean frag plug. And I think that that's super key, especially when you're collecting a bunch. The biggest is at frag swaps. I will go nuts at frag swaps most times and get, you know, I'll bring home 15 to 30 frags sometimes, depending on, you know, what my budget is and how good of a deal I can get on something. And when you're bringing in that many frags, there's bound to be something on there. I've had flatworms, I've had hair algae, I've had bryopsis, I've had worms, everything. I feel like I'm at a point where I'm starting to understand this a little bit better and getting better at it, but just hoping that all these corals can make it through while I learn how to control all of those things. And another thing is, I honestly do not think I have enough cleanup crew in here. I can count maybe 6 snails, the cleaner shrimp, and maybe a hermit crab. And this is a 45-gallon tank, so I could probably afford some more snails, but I think just watching my nutrient levels is probably better. So that's the tank. These videos are pretty basic that I'm throwing up here on the YouTube channel. I really just want to put some stuff out here and put some content out here right now, but I'm a video content creator by nature. I've been doing this since 2007, 2008 on YouTube. I looked at the account and it was created in 2007, and I originally had it as the Remy Radio Show, but now that I've just branched off into this coral thing, I changed the name to Bahama Llama Coral, and most of the radio stuff that I do is on our Mason and Remy account, so if you haven't checked that out, you should go check that out. We do a lot of fun stuff, and we just moved to St. Louis, so there's a lot of new stuff that we're doing that we're really excited about too. So most of the radio stuff will go to the Mason Remy account. Oh yeah, I'm on the radio as well in St. Louis. Afternoon show on New Country 92.3. Go check it out. You can also download the app too if you haven't done that. But this will be mainly about coral and the hobby and my interest in it, and hopefully you can help me out with algae problems and things that I'm doing wrong, and we can all be better for it. Oh, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you for that. Subscribe, hit the little bell thing next to it so you get notifications whenever I post new videos. And I'll take you along the journey with this frag tank I got. I have a couple ideas for the future, maybe a zoanthid garden, maybe some other tank builds, things like that. Unboxings, I love getting coral in the mail, that's a lot of fun. I know you do too. So yeah, I don't know why with the Bahama llama thing. It just kind of rolled off the tongue. And I got this cute llama. Shout out to Com Aquarium. If you have not checked him out, his Instagram account is awesome. You've seen it before, because if you're a fan of Jake from Reef Builders, he has teamed up with him a couple times. He does educational cartoons, and you got to check it out. I'll link to it in the description. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.